Good morning, my dear students. It gives me immense pleasure to talk to you students through video presentations like this as usual. In this particular video presentations, we will continue with some more concepts on vectors in 3D. Okay, just listen. You are given 2 points, let us say A and B. Okay, whose position vectors from the origin. Okay, origin of reference is O, let us say maybe O000. That is my origin of reference. Okay, let them be small a vector and small b vector. Okay, let us just imagine that point P divides segment AB. Internally, the ratio m is to n. Okay, AP is to PB is m is to n. That is, the point P divides segment AB. Internally, the ratio m is to n. Then we get OP vector is equal to MB vector plus NA vector by M plus N. This is a simple derivation. Okay, I give more importance to definitions, derivations, etc. You students may be very much wondering why I am giving so much of importance to derivations. If you are thorough with the derivations, everything, the final formula will never move away from your mind. It will get registered in a better way in your mind. Let me repeat. You are given 2 points, segment AB, in which OA vector is small a vector, OB vector is small b vector. This is my origin of reference. This is my origin of reference. Okay. If point P divides AB, internally the ratio m is to n. Then position vector, we normally call it as R vector, not P vector. It's just a conventional way of writing it as R vector for most of the problems further in 3D and vectors. Okay, m into the vector away from B vector plus n into the vector away from A vector by m plus n. We'll derive that. It is not difficult. Okay, just listen carefully. AP by PB is equal to m by n. This is given. Okay, which implies NAP to B is equal to MPB. I'll just cross multiply it. It's not a big deal. Then I'll be able to write as vectors also they are equal. NAP vector equal MPB vector, because AP vector comma PB vector are of same direction. I'll be able to equate them only when they are of same direction. If they are of different directions, opposite directions, I can't equate them. See the diagram. Therefore, which will imply you n into AO vector plus OP vector is equal to m into PO vector plus OB vector. I am applying triangle law of addition. This will automatically imply you OP minus OA vector is equal to MB into OB minus OP vector. Okay, let me just continue here. 1 second, let me just continue, which implies NOP vector, okay, minus NOA vector to be is equal to MOB vector minus MOP vector, which implies MOP vector plus NOP vector is equal to M into, I'll write it as MB vector plus NA vector, which implies m plus n times OP vector to B is equal to MB vector plus NA vector to A vector. That will automatically will imply you OP vector to B is equal to MB vector plus NA vector by m plus n. This is the position vector of a point which divides a given segment AB. Internally the ratio m is to n. Let me repeat. AP by PB is m by n. It is given to you. NAP to B is equal to MPB. As vectors also they are equal, because AP vector, PB vector of same direction. I can equate two vectors only when they are of same direction. It is of different direction or opposite directions, I can't definitely equate them. It is quite logical. Now for AP vector can be written as AO vector plus OP vector by trying law of addition of vectors. PB vector can be written as PO vector plus OB vector. Now for this is nothing but OP minus OA, because AO is nothing but minus OA. This is nothing but OB vector minus OP vector, because PO is minus OP vector. Multiply n inside, multiply m inside here. N OP vector minus n OA vector equal to m OB vector minus m OP vector. Now for m OP vector plus n OP vector equal to m B vector plus n A vector. For m plus n times OP vector is m B vector plus n A vector. And for OP vector is given to be m B vector plus n A vector by m plus n. This is how you get it. This is how you get it. I think it is clear to everybody, and maybe a little bit fast. You have the facility of going back and watching again, for it is not difficult for anybody to follow. Just listen carefully. What I will do here is, if I name the points, okay, if I know the coordinates of the point, what happens to this? Let us see. Okay, if we know the coordinates of the point, just listen carefully. If this is x1, y1, z1, let us say, this is x2, y2, z2, let us say, then this point is x, y, z. How do I get x, y, z in terms of the known values x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2? Just listen carefully. Again, it is not difficult. Now, OP vector is equal to mb vector plus na vector by m plus n. We have derived just now. Okay, therefore this will be equal to xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap will be equal to m into x2i cap plus y2j cap plus z2k cap plus n into, okay, let me just write down here, n into x1i cap plus y1j cap plus z1k cap divided by m plus n. Okay, this will imply you xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap will be equal to mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n times I cap plus my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n into j cap plus mz2, okay, plus nz1 divided by m plus n times k cap. This is equal to k cap. When we equate two vectors, I'll be able to equate the corresponding ijk components. I'll be able to equate the ijk components. Therefore, I'll get x to be is equal to mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. Y will be is equal to my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. My z will be is equal to mz2 plus nz1 by m plus n. For point P now becomes mx2, I'll write this value here, I'll write comma this value here, and I'll write comma the corresponding z value here. Okay, there is less space, therefore I'm just explaining quickly. Now listen here, OP vector is mb vector plus na vector n plus n. We have proved just now. Therefore, the position vector of P from the origin will be xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap. If you want, you look through the previous video. Okay, part 1 of vectors in 3D. Okay, xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap will be equal to m times x2i cap plus y2j cap plus z2k cap plus n times x1i cap plus y1j cap plus z1k cap divided by m plus n. Now for xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap will be equal to mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n into I cap, and grouping ijk components plus my2 plus ny1 by m plus n j cap plus mz2 plus nz1 by m plus n into k cap. Now equate the ijk components. I'll get x will be equal to mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, y will be equal to my2 plus ny1 n plus n, z will be equal to mz2 plus nz1 by m plus n. Therefore, the point P now becomes m into the x coordinate away from m, mx2 plus n into the x coordinate away from n, nx1 by m plus n. Similarly, m into y2 by n into y1 by m plus n, m into z2 plus n into z1 by n plus 1. That's a way easy. That is an easy way to remember the final answer. Okay, that is how I get the point of coordinates of the point which divides given segment internally in the ratio m is to n. Internally in the ratio m is to n. Just listen carefully. Okay, for example, if let us say this is exactly the midpoint, P is the midpoint. Okay, just listen carefully. If P is the midpoint of AB, okay, then m is to n will be equal to 1 is to 1. Now for my OP will be equal to automatically A vector plus B vector by 2. 1 into B vector plus 1 into A vector by 2. Therefore, also the point P will also become as x1 plus x2 whole by 2, y1 plus y2 whole by 2, comma z1 plus z2 whole by 2. This formula is called midpoint formula. Don't confuse with midpoint theorem. Midpoint theorem is different. Okay, the segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and half of its length. That is called midpoint theorem. This is not midpoint theorem. This is called midpoint formula. Let me repeat. If P divides P is the midpoint of AB, automatically M is to N becomes 1:1. OP vector will now become A vector plus B vector by 2. In the previous situation, I will write M as 1 and N as 1. Therefore, my point P will automatically become, I will replace M and N as 1 here. For x1 plus x2 whole by 2, y1 plus y2 whole by 2, z1 plus z2 whole by 2. That is how you get the formula as midpoint formula. That is known as the midpoint formula. Okay, this is average of x coordinates, average of y coordinates, average of z coordinates. The end points of the segment will be the coordinates, the midpoint of given segment AB. Okay, now if let us say P divides, okay, AB externally in the ratio, okay, this is my A, this is my B, this is A vector, this is B vector, this is R vector. Now OP vector is equal to R vector is derived to be MB vector minus NA vector by M minus N. You can just derive, you can do it as homework. Okay, try on your own. I will just help you little bit. AP by PB is equal to M by N. Therefore, I mean to say cross multiply as usual. NAP to B is equal to MPB. Variation lies only here. NAP is equal to MBP vector. As vectors, I will be able to equate only BP vector. Simplify this further as in the previous case, I'll get this formula. I repeat, if P divides AB externally in the ratio M is to N, okay, as drawn in the diagram. Actually, if M is greater than N, P is to the right of B. If M is less than N, my P will be to the left of A. That you should anyway understand. That is also logical. Okay, in this case, AP by PB is M by N. I'll get. Now for NAP is equal to MPB. Earlier, I might have done NAP vector equal to MPB vector because AP, PB are of same direction. Here, AP, BP are same direction. Simplify this further as in the previous case. I'll get the formula as MB vector minus NA vector by M minus N. M into vector away from MB minus N. That is, don't confuse yourself. Just in the previous formula, write minus sign in between the two terms for both numerator and denominator. Therefore, again further simplification will give you the coordinates as follows. Okay, coordinates of P will be mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n. Similarly, my2 minus ny1 by m minus n. mz2 minus nz1 by m minus n. This is how you get. That is in the previous formula. Replace every numerator and denominator in between the two terms, right? Minus sign. For the point P which divides AB externally in the ratio M is to N, we have coordinates as mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n, my2 minus ny1 by m minus n, mz2 minus nz1 by m minus n. Okay, we will just derive one more formula. Okay, just you are given, let us say a x1 comma y1 comma z1 and b x2 comma y2 comma z2, then c x3 comma y3 comma z3. Then of triangle ABC, let us say centroid G is x1 plus x2 plus x3 whole by 3 comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 whole by 3 comma z1 plus z2 plus z3 whole by 3. This you can derive easily. Okay, let AD be the median through A. Let AD be the median through A. Now you know very well, any median in a triangle is the segment joining any vertex with the midpoint of the opposite side, or Any median of a triangle is the segment joining midpoint of any side with the opposite vertex. There will be three medians passing through the three vertices capital A, capital B and capital C. The meeting point of the three medians is nothing but the centroid G. That you should know very well. Now D is the midpoint of BC. Therefore, D is just now we derived midpoint formula. Therefore, this will become x2 plus x3 whole by 2, y2 plus 3y, y3 plus whole by 2, z2 plus z3 whole by 2. Okay, whole by 2. Just listen carefully. Okay, now what I will get here is centroid G. There is a property here. Any centroid divides each of the medians internally in the ratio 2:1. Now for AG is to GD is equal to 2:1. This is 2, this is 1. Therefore, G is apply section formula. The formula which I derived earlier, okay, at the beginning of this thing is called section formula of internal division. Okay, m into x2 plus n into x1 by m plus n. M into y2, that particular formula is called section formula. Using section formula, this is 2 into x2 plus x3 whole by 2 plus 1 into x1 by 2 plus 1. Similarly for the y etc. I need to rub this off, there is no other go. Here it will be 2 into y2 plus y3 whole by 2 plus 1 into y1 by 2 plus 1 comma 2 into z2 plus z3 whole by 2 plus 1 into z1 whole by 2 plus 1. Just here 2 gets cancelled in every other case. Therefore this becomes automatically x1 plus x2 plus x3 whole by 3 comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 whole by 3 comma z1 plus z2 plus z3 whole by 3. Let me just repeat. I have taken AD to be one of the medians through A. Therefore D is the midpoint of BC. Therefore by midpoint formula you can very well write here. It will be x2 plus x3 whole by 2, y2 plus y3 whole by 2, z2 plus z3 whole by 2. Now, the main property of a centroid in a triangle is it divides each of the medians internally in the ratio 2:1. Now, for AG is to GD is equal to 2:1. Let me apply section formula of internal division. 2 into the x coordinate away from 2 for x2 plus x3 whole by 2 plus 1 into x coordinate away from 1, x1 by 2 plus 1. Similarly for y coordinate, similarly for z coordinate. For here it will become x1 plus x2 plus x3 whole by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 whole by 3, z1 plus z2 plus z3 whole by 3. You can even easily remember average of x coordinates, average of y coordinates, average of z coordinates will be the corresponding centroid of a triangle with vertices A x1, y1, z1, B x2, y2, z2, C x3, y3, z3. I think you are able to follow everything whatever I've done here. I'll be able to continue with the remaining concepts of 3D and vector in the next video. If you feel it is really good for you, except for it is being explained in a faster manner, you can just go back and check if you want. If you need some clarification, you can go back and watch once again. Okay, if you feel it is really good, you can subscribe and watch. The very idea of subscription is to get automatic notification when a new video is being uploaded in the channel. Thank you students for patient watching.